Think we're live? I think. Microphone's on. I think we're live. Good. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody's here yet. Oh, we got one person here. Where's my tools? All right. So, here's the plan. See this? And this. And this. And this. And there's a whole bunch more down here. You get the point. Basically, what we're doing is we're changing out a bunch of the hardware that's on this that I didn't have grade 8 hardware for. We're changing a bunch of it out for grade 8 hardware. So I feel like you guys can't hear me. Chris, can you guys hear me okay? Ryan, can you guys hear me all right? I don't see my microphone thing moving a whole lot, so I'm trying to speak up because I got my laptop, over there. But see if I can. All right, everybody says they can hear me, so I'll try and scoot this just a little bit closer. I don't want it to fall off this makeshift table I got, but essentially we're changing out the rest of the hardware that I have visible. I honestly don't think, the only two bolts I can think of, I just found a couple. A few more. So we'll see if we can get to those later. I don't know if I bought enough bolts, but the plan is to change out the rest of the hardware for grade 8 that I didn't get to. So Ryan wants to know, what do I think about taking on restoring his WC that he's been thinking on for the past 2 years? Well, if you're asking if I am interested in restoring it, unfortunately, I don't have the time to do it. I've got Connor's Super M right here. I've got the John Deere E engine I'm working on, and then we've got the Relics Case SC that we're working on. And then on top of that, I want to work on my SC, which is going to be a full teardown. I got to do the transmission and final drive on that, and there's some engine things that I want to button up and take a closer look at. I mean, it's been almost 14 years since I had that thing back together, so there's some things that I need to take care of on it that I should have done in the first place, but I was young and I was in a hurry and didn't have a whole lot of money. Still don't have a whole lot of money, but it's funny how that works out. But anyways, I'm going to start pulling some bolts out of this, and we'll keep talking. But why did I get a warning? I don't know. I wonder if it's because Rudy says nice mag. Yeah. Rudy brought that over for my birthday party a couple of years ago so we could get the first fire up on film and everything. So I don't know why it did that. I must have clicked some setting that said it was for 18 and older, maybe. I don't know. That could have been. Because I got some weird thing saying that I wasn't allowed to monetize this video, but I don't know why. I've never had that before, so maybe it was because of the 18 and older thing. I'm not sure, but that's probably the reason that the content might be inappropriate. Obviously, I don't make a whole lot of inappropriate content, but yeah, I don't know. Strange. I wonder if I can go in and adjust those settings afterwards. But anyways, let's start replacing some hardware here. I kind of got a few things laid out already. But essentially, I'm just going through and changing out a bunch of the hardware that was already on the tractor that I didn't have enough nuts and bolts for to to do it as we were putting it together because, we wanted to get it done for the show and everything. So I don't like the way this one is threading in. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. Well, they're both good, so get down on my knees here. I remember one of these hubs, I rethreaded all the holes, chased all the holes, but one of them was not very good, and this might be the one. Well, let's check the old bolt here. Out the hub cover bolts. I'm also doing all the oil pan bolts. And then there's a few other things that I'm going to be doing too. Huh. Well, that didn't sound good either. That doesn't make any sense. The bolt's fine. Of course, these are grade 8, but why is it the bottom hole on both of these isn't? Well, we'll just get the tap and die set out. We'll come back to it. We'll clean them up again. That's probably why something happened. But anyway, let's keep moving. We don't have time to be messing around here. So, hope everybody's doing good this evening. My little one is up there sleeping. But the timing cover ones are the ones that are going to be tough to get to because, some of them are way down inside there. And yeah, I should have not. But, live and learn. Biggest thing is try and do this without scratching the paint. It's the little details, you know, the little details. And whatever bolts I don't use, obviously I'll return them. Get that money back because, believe it or not, just a small amount of bolts here, it was like almost $60. So and for a lot of these, there's not enough room to use the box end of my ratcheting wrenches. So we gotta kind of just go with what I got here with open end. But that's all right. It's not like you guys had anything better to do tonight, right? That's pretty much why you're here. Oh, let's see. Hyatt's in the house. What's up, Hyatt? Matt's in the house. Tommy's in the house. All right. Whoop. Remember when I said don't scratch the paint? This one is not easy to get to. Maybe if I go this way. I'm changing out the bolts on the magneto drive right now. Trying not to nick the hood or any other paint. And I just keep doing it, but well, the good news is I haven't scratched the paint yet. I keep hitting it, but you know what I need is I need a short stubby wrench is what I need. Only got a few more turns on this one, and then this one's done. Okay. Might as well change out the magneto bolts while we're here. Since Rudy graced us ever so nicely with this beautiful magneto. And it's a good thing I got the extra long ones. Because I'm going to need them. Huh. Perfect. It's not very often that a guy like me can say perfect. this washer on here, both of these should actually be painted red. They're an extra thick flat washer because they go on slotted holes. So and there is not any room on this one. Come on. You know, if a guy was smart, he'd use his impact and get in here. But I never claimed to be smart. And there's so many leaves and everything else in here from all the fall and winter blowing it all in here every time you open the door, you know. Anytime we get a north wind, it comes straight from that way, so northwest wind anyway. So I got a call from Domino today, and he did tell me that he got a couple of beads of weld on that John Deere E engine, which is really cool. Well, we might as well take this one out while we're here. Yep. But there's one more big weld that he wants to, actually it was a braze, he wants to take all the braze out of it, melt it all out of there, and then change it out for, he wants to weld it for me. So he's got more welding rod coming. It's a silicon bronze is what he's using to weld it. He tried using some other type of welding rod, but it didn't work. So now, if I can get to all of these bolts, it'll be a miracle. But you never know. You never know. Oh, I forgot. I still got tools outside over on the Case SC, on the Relics Case SC. Hunting and stuff is in the house. Sorry, I'm kind of a ways away from the computer, so I'm doing my best to read as I wrench here. Like I said, I should have done this as we were putting it together, but I didn't. So now I'm paying for it. But it gives you guys some stuff to watch and hang out with, and that's that. What did I do with my? Here we go. You know what? Let me grab my ratchet. Let's see. Who in this chat has seen the Memorial H in person? Well, I know Rudy has. I don't know if he's still in here, but Tom, my H is 2,500 miles away from me. That's a long ways. There we go. Now we're cooking with a little more heat. No, not going to work on that one. Okay, before we attack those, let's do this side of the oil pan, because that's going to be time consuming. Just because there's a lot of, I think there's like 30 bolts or something, 32 bolts in the oil pan, and one nut. So, let's do that quick. Get my stool out of the way here. Wait a minute. Hey, that's the wrong size. So there's a couple of them in here that I really didn't think this through. I'll be able to get them out, but it's not going to be the way not going to be with a power tool. They're the ones that are directly above the petcocks here. I'll have to use a wrench on those. Oh well. I've been through worse. And of course, I was suspicious about that middle one. That's a nut. I'll have to come back to that one. Because it's fine thread. That's the same one that goes on the bottom of the. There's a little plate that goes across the bottom of the rear main seal. Okay. Well, at least I can get my ratcheting wrench on there. That's a plus. Oh, should have stretched before I came down here. Just came up with a catchy little slogan in my head here. Chrome don't get you home. And there's obviously chrome on this tractor, but grade 8 will make you late. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a bolt on this that won't be grade 8. Except for the 3 castle nuts that hold the fuel tank down. I couldn't find, I didn't look extensively. I'm sure somebody makes grade 8 castle nuts, but I couldn't, just in my looking at the local hardware, I couldn't find any. So I used regular grade 2 because that's what I could find. All right. Well, let's see. I hope I got enough. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to get some of these too. These are like a 1/2 inch long fine thread 5/16 bolt. Have to find some of those too. Not the end of the world. Okay. Well, I won't be able to talk to you or read any comments for a minute because I'm going to go to the other side and start working over there on the oil pan. But let's see if I can get caught up here. Getting down is easy. Getting back up is the hard part. Go to boltdepot.com. Good selection and prices if you can't find it locally. David Saul's in the house. Bob made it. Welcome, Bob. Sorry if I don't see you guys. Like I said, I'm wrenching. So I just wanted to let you guys come hang out with me while I wrench. So that's what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to go on the other side. I'll keep talking, but you probably won't be able to see much of me except for my legs. Can you see me? I'm over here. I did notice that I've got a couple of drips coming off the front of this, but looks like it's just a little bit of engine oil. And my guess is it's just where all three of these things come together: the engine block, the front timing cover, the oil pan. It's kind of difficult to get all of those things completely sealed up. And this thing's been sitting for since I don't know, October probably. Because Connor's Super M, I think we got that in here in November. So all right, I need an extension. And there just happens to be one right here. So I'll take, there's no drips, maybe 1 or 2 drips on the floor, but for sitting as long as it did, that's pretty good. I'll take it. There's definitely no fresh spots on the floor. Whatever has been dripping has long dried up or soaked into the concrete, so it's not creating a puddle. This thing's 80 years old this year, so all right, oil pan is done, except for that one nut in the back there. So I think we can keep going with the timing cover, because that is most definitely going to be the most difficult, for sure. So set aside. Putting all my used bolts in here. Actually, they were new bolts, a lot of them. They were just grade 2. So they weren't the pretty gold ones. What's in here? Oh, high tack. So, trying to keep some of this stuff organized here. Put the old stuff by the old stuff. And Ryan's in the house. Yeah, Tractor Hyatt's got it down. Everybody give me a thumbs up. I can still see 2-inch drip marks every few feet on my asphalt driveway from where Rick drove my truck out of the garage with a leaking tran line. Yeah, that'll happen. Okay, let's, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to get up to that one. Let's see. We'll give it a shot. No promises, but we'll give it a shot. Man, this was not very well thought out, Kenny. I hope this is not a through hole, because otherwise I'll be shooting coolant out everywhere. I don't know why I get these ideas. And at what point does the term anal become less than what I'm actually doing right now? Okay, let's see what we got. That'll work. Don't worry, I'm not hitting the outside of the hook. Well, these two will probably be easier to get at than the other side, but I guess we'll see, huh? Okay. All right. See if I can get a. It's all about finagling. How can I finagle my way in here? Probably be easier with the hood off too, but that kind of requires two people because I don't want to scratch anything. Well, let's see if cooling comes out if I take this one out. Oh. So far, so good. Okay. No, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Back to the ratchet. All right. That one's in there. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to get to a couple of these. They look really difficult to say the least. Let's see, what am I missing here? 1938 case RC with the sunburst grill. Pretty hard to find. F32 speed, duckbill round spokes, and high compression pistons. F30 in itself, they're not as easy to come by anymore, and then you add in the round spokes and a 2-speed. Can't even remember what I was doing here. Wish, dang it. It's not what I wanted to do. That's a bad spot for those. Let's put them over here. Those three right down the middle, they're going to be hard to get to. That's for sure. One of them is really close. Oh, yeah, that one's right behind the water. The water pipe that comes off the bottom of the water pump. So I probably won't be able to get that one. But can't win them all. I even brought the light out here that was so graciously sent to me. Why I'm not using it? You know, I never. This sucker right here. Woo! It does wonders. Fits in tight areas. It's really a handy little tool. All right. See if I can get this next one here. You know, I should really be going for more visible ones. Instead of the ones that nobody's ever going to see unless we take the front end apart. But hey, we're doing it. This thing needs a bath. You know, I had every intention on putting the cover on both. I have a large boat cover, and I had every intention on parking the case and the H right next to each other and putting the boat cover over the top of them. But that didn't happen. And that's okay. I'm helping Connor out, Connor and his dad with the Super M, and all the parts are in, I think. Speaking of which, you want to see a piston for a Super M? There you go. All the parts are in. Connor's just got to bring them over, and then we got to get started on putting them back together. So, did I say it's a lot easier to take care of this cosmetic stuff the first time you put it together? Because it is. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to those two. I mean, you're talking about some serious I mean, you can't even see them, but I know they're there. That's the problem. That's the problem. And I hate when I know that they're there. Hey, that one was grade 8. Son of a gun. I painted it though. Oh, sure. You can see both of those bolts from this side plain as day. Great. Well, the only way around that is to replace them. And the only way I can do that is drain the coolant and pull this water pipe. And I can't do that today, so. Well, shoot. Enough extensions and swivels may help. Not on that one, it won't, because the bolt won't even slide out. It'll hit that water pipe. Let's see, maybe I can show you guys. Show you what I'm. Whoa, don't fall. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a bolt here that'll hit that water pipe, and then there's one beyond it. The other one I can probably get to. So, yeah, we'll see. So, I don't know. I really don't think I can get that one out. Even if I did get it out, getting the other one back in would be a real trick. I'm going to have to get some more anyways. I just noticed there's 4 on the governor housing, 6 on the governor housing that I don't think I got bolts for. So, it is what it is on that one. Dang it. I was really hoping I'd be able to get all these things out, but I don't think that's going to be the case. See if I can get this one out though. You're going to need a couple extensions for this one. That was not an easy one. Came out quickly, but looks can be deceiving, you know. My audio is messing up. How's it sound now? Is the audio good? Hope so. See, what did I miss here? I'm not missing too much. You guys keep talking. I'll try and catch up when I can. Dang, how am I able to get to this one? But those other two, just not quite gonna happen. All right. Dang it. Got to all of those timing cover bolts except for two. Man, that's gonna bug me. Let's see. Let's see what. I grab another wrench here. So it's like a maze in here. I don't think I have these bolts. Pretty sure they're the same as the Huh. All right, well, let me double check. Well, I've got one. Dang it. But one's gonna have to do. For now. And get that other one out and those 4 out. When I get those bolts, I don't even know if they make grade 8 in that size. That's like yeah, I think they make a grade 8 1/4 inch. I'm pretty sure. Well, do I try and get that one out or don't I? That's the big question. Well, you're not going to believe this, but I'm pretty sure there's only going to be one bolt I can't get out of the timing cover. And if that don't irritate a guy, I don't know what will. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get that thing out of there. Maybe, but I doubt it. I'll give it a shot, but I doubt it. Hey, Kenny, H is awesome. Hey, appreciate it, Mike. That means a lot. Brian, I'm working on changing out the remainder of the bolts for grade 8 hardware. That way it looks uniform, and, you know, the little details is what matters. At least to me, that's what matters. And it's going to be that one bolt that everybody notices that I can't get to. It's right there on the top, right behind the water pipe. I'll try and get it out, but I really don't think I'll be able to. Not without scratching that pipe. I'm surprised they got that one out as easily as they did, to tell you the truth. Well, I really don't think I should even try, but got a couple water pump bolts I can get out. Actually, these ones, I might not have these ones. Oh yeah, those are pretty long. I don't think I have these. Maybe I do. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try, but pretty sure they're going to be too short. They're like a 1/4 inch shorter. Dang it. We'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to be long enough. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Well, I'll have to. I gotta make another run anyways, so we'll just have to take care of those later. What do I do with the wrench? There it is. That's not gonna work, unfortunately. Well, do I try and get that out or don't I? I wonder if I can loosen, I might lose some coolant doing this, but if I can loosen these clamps, I don't think that's really gonna get me much, but except a mess on the floor. I better just leave it alone, because then I'll start a mess and I don't want to do that, and you guys know how that goes. Dang it. Thing is, if I could get it out, I think I could replace it with a shorter one and I'd be just fine. But I don't think I can get it out. And that one is a specialty length. That one I'd have to have made, so not gonna do that one. Same with those two. And that one I can't get to because the battery box is in the way. But if I can loosen the battery box and slide it a little bit, I can get to it. I need to slide that thing out a little bit anyways. Well, let's go back over here. I haven't even swore yet. You believe that? Let's see. See what I can get done on the belt over here. Oh yeah, we got those. We got those bolts, no problem. All right. Still gotta chase those two holes in these front hubs. keep setting the wrench down over here. Like I said, this would have been a lot easier if I did it the first time, but sometimes you can't always do things the first time. Sometimes you gotta learn, and it takes 2 or 3 times. At least that's the way I like to do things. Of course, I didn't do things wrong. I had all winter to think about it, and this is the conclusion I came to. Which was, hey, you better replace those bolts. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Those two I can get, no problem. Put those over there. Those can go over there. That can go in the garbage pile. All right. I'm going to give you guys a little advice as well. When you're installing the battery in the battery box, and you do it when the box is tight, it's really going to create an issue if you put the fuel tank on afterwards, because that's what I did. And now if I need to take the battery out, if I can't get that box loose, I got to take the fuel tank off to get the battery out. If I can't get the box loose. Which is not a good thing. So like I said, there's at least 3 specialty bolts that I'm not going to be able to replace. So you guys are just going to have to live with it, as far as I'm concerned. I did it again. Set the wrenches down. Whoa, careful, turbo. Okay. 2 of those 3 are replaced. Did I replace that one? I don't know. Let me look. No, I didn't. But I can. So let's do that. You gotta replace the other upper water neck bolt. I'm still here, by the way. Still here. Ooh. That one's a little shorter. Yeah, haven't cussed yet. And this is even an 18 plus video, I guess. I could be dropping all kinds of FFSs. You guys want me to say it? I'll say it. Don't even get me started. Because once my engine's running, it's going to be hard to shut her down. I set the tool down again. I could have let one go right there. I could have set it. All right. Well, I think I need a 3/4. And then see if I can get that battery box loose. If not, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. And I really don't want to be in a world of hurt. Because like I said, I'll have to pull up the fuel tank to get the battery out. It's not a 3/4. I need an extension. Yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Because I can't even get to the bolts that hold the battery box bracket to the clutch housing. So, that sucks. Huh. Well, why would you do that, Kenny? I don't know. All right, well. That sucks. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight bolts that I need to get. Well, 7. Because I'm not going to be able to get to that one until I drain the coolant. Might as well call it 8. Eight bolts I can't get to. Or, well, two. 2 bolts I can't get to. Because I wasn't thinking, basically. Anyway, let's get the taps out and we'll clean these holes. I'm gonna run a dye down these just in case. So, whoop, hold on. Let me check in with you guys. Okay, I think I'm way behind here. Why am I swapping out bolts? Are these a better quality? Well, these are grade 8, and most of the ones in the tractor are grade 2 or grade 5, so they are better quality, but I'm swapping them out mainly for looks. Everywhere, almost everywhere on the outside of this tractor, I've got grade 8 cadmium plated bolts. So all right, that's why I'm doing it, for looks, but that's why we chrome plated a bunch of stuff on here. That's why we had the rims powder coated in a powder chrome. That's why the manifold was ceramic coated. It's a lot of it has to do with looks, because I want this tractor I don't want it to be overdone, but I want it to look set apart from the rest. The reason the biggest reason we didn't do any other special paint colors or anything like that is because if this does end up going to auction and the proceeds get donated, nobody's going to want to buy the suicide awareness colors are baby blue and purple. Well, nobody's going to want to buy a baby blue and purple Farmall, unless they have some type of an emotional connection with it. But, that's why I did this the way I did it, is because if it does end up getting auctioned off, it's going to at least be a tractor that looks like it's supposed to, with a few added cosmetic features like the chrome, the powder coat, and the ceramic coating, stuff like that. But other than that, it's just a regular Farmall. There's nothing special really. So anyways, let me get the tap and dye set out. I'll be over here in the corner. I guess I could probably take you guys with me. I got a place I can set you, so. What are you guys doing just sitting here while I'm doing all the work? Why don't you come over here and learn something? Okay, there's the vise. Somebody made a comment earlier about me needing a pole barn. Yeah, you're right, I do. Then we could do all kinds of projects. All right, I'm just cleaning up the threads on these. Now these are grade 8s, so keep in mind they're extremely hard. Whoop. But there shouldn't be anything wrong with them anyway. Maybe that's why. Maybe it had something to do with the cadmium on them. Because I chased those holes in them hubs. So it shouldn't be that difficult to thread them on there. Glad we kept it Farmall red. Absolutely. I thought about throwing, when we did the tin work at Blue Line Collision, you know, I really got to hand it to Rob. He came through for us. He didn't have to do what he did, but he was very generous. He came through for us, and I can't thank him enough. Rob is the owner of Blue Line Collision. But I thought about throwing some, like a candy metal flake in the tin work, but I just thought, nah, it might be too much. Might be overdoing it, so. Yeah, I got a tap and die set. I got a standard, or I should say a smaller tap and die set, and then I've got a larger one. With taps, I think they go, I might have them all the way up to an inch. But where the heck is that? It's around here somewhere, because I used it not long ago. It's around. Anyways, and that was very, very, very nice of them. So, okay. 5/16, 18. Hopefully I got enough length to get past that. Well, I guess I can always pull that hub off, but maybe that's what I should do anyways. Pull the hub cover off. Okay. You guys see? There. Careful there, buddy. Yeah, didn't even scratch it. Will all be dipped. I gotta get down on my hands and knees for this one. No, that thread's in there just fine. Huh. Well, great. Now I got bearing grease on my finger. Just making a mess over here. Well, bolt thread's in there just fine. So, see, when I got one of these, because I got these hubs, it had cut off front wheels on it, and the rear rims were mismatched. So I think this tractor, being it's a 42, I think it originally had steel wheels on it. So yeah, there's something going on in this one. I bet you this was the one that I had a bunch of trouble with. Wonder if there's a bunch of crud in there. Let me get a drill bit. See if I can get some stuff out of there. Yeah, there's something going on with this hole. Too bad I don't have a little bit shorter bolt, but shouldn't be this difficult, especially since I chased these holes once before. But like I said, I had trouble with one of these, and I think it must have been this one. Oh yeah, that one. That one's got an issue somewhere deep down in it. I need a shorter bolt is what I need. I don't have guess I could cut it, but grade 8 doesn't cut very well. Could cut it with a cutoff wheel, but tap is in there straight. Ooh man, that's really, I really don't like the way that's binding in there. It's a good way to break a tap. Well, let's see how close we are. Worst case scenario is I gotta get a shorter bolt, but oh, that's what it was with this one. Uh-huh, I remember now. I remember this one. The holes on the cap don't line up exactly with the holes on the hub. I remember you. So, how are we going to fix that? Well, what we could do, which is something I don't want to do, is oblong out these holes a little bit, just to give me What if I went to the next size up, just over 5/16? Not exactly the Squatch approved method, but gives us just a little wiggle room. Maybe we might be able to make it work. I don't know though, that one's pretty far off. We might have gotten lucky though. Just barely. All right, well, I think I overdid it on the bolts here. What did I miss? Man, I can't believe it. 8 bolts, man. 8 bolts. All right, let me scroll up a bit here, see what I missed out on. Did Squatch and Connor take me up on the What's in My Pocket challenge? No. Of course not. And I forgot to nominate Hans, but guess what? I'm nominating you now, Hans. Hans from Tractor Hoarders. You're nominated. What's in your pocket? Tom A., when it comes to patina, they're only original once. And if you can, here's my thing. If you can still see original decals on it, I say leave it alone, especially if they're all legible. I would leave it alone and either clear coat it or linseed oil, something like that. I would leave it alone. That's just my opinion. Let's see. Tough decision on your age. Farmall mod at 30. Farmall 30. All original on it. Best can tell. Still has the leather cylinder covers on it. That's pretty sweet. hunting and stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Geez, it's already 10 o'clock. Not that that's late for me, but man, I'm really bummed about not only those 8 bolts, but I'm also bummed about at least loosening the fuel tank and moving it. But at that point, you might as well take it off. So I'm going to have to take inventory of what bolts I need. I do need a fine thread nut too. A couple of them, I think. But other than that, everything's been switched out for grade 8 hardware. Oh, there's 3 there, so 3, 4, 5 down there. 6, 7. 8. 8 bolts and a nut, and then there's a couple. I wonder if I could, since I'm going to probably have to take the fuel tank off anyway, wonder if I could take those bolts out and bring them to Fastenal and see if they can give me some grade 8 ones. But anyway, such is life. Are these fine threads? No. Nope. They're not. Gosh, I could almost get almost all my money back. I hardly even used any bolts. These can go back in here. But we've got more stuff to do anyways, so. Anyways. How are you guys doing? Just trying to keep everything sorted here that I'm going to use, or maybe use. So I don't know if you guys saw that little short that I had of my daughter on her little ATV. But we were riding that thing today, and it quit on us. Now, I bought that thing brand new, okay? It's got a half a tank of fuel in it, and it just quit on us, just shut off, won't start. Can't figure it out. Gonna have to figure that out. What I'm gonna do is call the dealership and then see if they can fix it, because I shouldn't have to tear into it. We haven't even used a tank of fuel yet. So I find that a little unacceptable. Well, let's see if I can show you guys quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it really, but so these are the 3 bolts I was talking about, the hubcap there. And then all these bolts for the timing cover, the magneto drive, all that stuff has been replaced now. Oh yeah. Oil pan bolts. They're all replaced. So the bolts I still have to get are these two here for the governor tower, the two that go on the governor vent, and then a lever tube, I guess you could call it, throttle, whatever, actuating lever thingamajig. But the one I can't get is this one right here, and it's right behind this water pipe. So, yep. Look at that. Super M, Farmall H, right next to each other. Yeah, Matt, you're probably right. It's probably electrical. Probably a connection somewhere that vibrated loose or something like that. And that was one of the things I read before I bought this ATV was it's a lot of people have said things have vibrated loose and nothing had Loctite on it. But, I guess that's what you get for buying that Chinese stuff. It was either $1,000 for that four-wheeler or over double that for a Yamaha or Polaris. So I can't afford that. I couldn't, I shouldn't have spent $1,000 on a four-wheeler for her anyway, but I try to give my kids things that I never had. So plus I get to ride on it with her. It's a ton of fun. So it's my own little four-wheeler, I guess you could say. But my Chinese plasma cutter lasted 20 minutes. Yeah. You get what you pay for, but you'd think you'd get at least a tank of fuel out of the thing before you started having problems. What make is it? It's called a Tao Tao. Taotao. It's a 110cc. So I'm going to bring you guys over to the workbench here and show you something. I've got some of the lifters out of Connor's Super M sitting over here. Oh, I got to put the taps away too. Let me grab those quick. Might as well grab all the tools, right? So I can get them put away. Give me a second here. Let me get myself together and see, I like to try and stay somewhat organized, and a messy garage is something that drives me absolutely nuts. And mine is messy, and I don't like it. But they say a messy shop is a productive shop. It's kind of a double-edged sword, though. If you got a messy shop, you spend most of your time looking for stuff. And I don't like not knowing where my stuff is. And it's going to drive me crazy not knowing where that big tap and die set is. It's in here somewhere. I know it is. I know it is because I used it on the H. It might be up here or... I'll find it. It's in here. Oh, there it is. I knew it was in here. It's under the workbench. Okay. Try to get the glare of this. Well, that ain't gonna work either. All right, so let me grab a... So this is why in these old tractors that have flat tappet cams, this is why you run oil with zinc in it and all the other dinosaur ingredients that we need. I'll show you. See that? See all the chips and everything missing on that? That's deterioration from not running oil with zinc in it. That's why you got to run. I always recommend Rotella T4 or an equivalent, a diesel oil or a good heavy-duty motor oil. And I'll show you a good one. Okay, this is what they should look like. See that nice square machined corner? That's why we run oil with zinc in it, because the zinc does a better job at preserving and lubricating the metal, especially on a flat tappet cam. You guys want to see inside my socket drawer? There you go. I use Tupperware to organize my sockets because I've never had my own complete socket set. This is all just a conglomeration of different, random tools I've had over the years and stuff from my dad. And, I've never had a complete socket set, if you can believe that, except for my 3/4 drive set. That is a complete set, but I've never actually bought a complete socket set and just had, deep well, shallow well, 12-point, 6-point, all that stuff. But yeah, those lifters are junk. I would never, ever put those back into an engine. They're junk because they're only going to keep deteriorating. Brent says, I thought Kenny had something going tonight. Well, I kind of finished it for now, but yeah, I did. I did have something going until I found out a couple of mistakes that I made. Biggest mistake being trying to change out bolts on a tractor that I put together when I could have just did it right the first time. But now, granted, I didn't have to do this. I'm doing it just for looks, but oh, hey, I don't know if you guys saw that, but take a look at what Jeff sent us. Tires for the SC. Look at that tread pattern. It's kind of a vintage tread pattern. tires and tubes. So big thanks to Jeff W. Got lucky. China grinder shirt stalled it out. Yeah, that is lucky. Domino took a knotted wire wheel to his forearm a couple weeks ago, and it really chewed him up. Felt bad for him. Diesel oil and the old stuff. That's right. Rotella T1 straight 30 weight. That's good stuff. But being that it gets so cold here, I run 15W40 in all my stuff. And Hyatt, he actually stepped it up a little bit too. And I didn't even know that, but my bibs are ripped. Didn't know that. But he helped us out, and he's got a couple of things coming for us too. So everybody give a big thanks to Hyatt. So here's a sediment bowl out of the KSSC. She's seen better days. I've seen worse, but I've seen better. I'm going to take it to Rudy's and disassemble it and glass bead blast it, clean out the bowl, all that stuff. So been wrenching on the Cub today, starting to break bolts loose for when I split it for a clutch and torque tube. All right, let's get that thing done. I hope I'm not infringing on a live stream that Rick had planned. I don't know. He does so many of them. It's hard to. Look at that. I got grease on me. See, I do work in here. I work, but I can't. It's hard to keep track of. When he's doing a live stream, when he's not. Pretty much does one every day, doesn't he? Whether it's a short or something else. Oh boy. Here, I got one for you. You guys want a view from the driver's seat of the H? Here you go. There you go. That's what it looks like looking down the hood of the H. So imagine yourselves on it. Yeah, I made a list of all the bearings and seals and gaskets and bushings and everything else that I'm going to need for my grandpa's Case SC. And the good news is the bearings for the Case SC are far less expensive than the bearings for the H in the transmission. So that's the good news. Bad news is I don't know when I'm going to get to tear that thing down. I'm hoping we can start maybe next winter on it. No promises, but we got to see how far we can get this garage. And, there's some other stuff going on in the background that, a couple of you guys know about. But it's, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm hoping, but. Let me grab, I got to grab something here. All right. I think it's time to go in the house. What do you guys think? 10:15. Let's go in the house for 15 minutes and then I'm going to shut her down. Pew. All right. Gotta keep it down. Little one's sleeping. I'm going to take these bibs off, but you guys don't get to watch. That'd be weird. All right. Oh, dang it. I got to go grab my computer cord. I don't have my computer cord. Don't mind my messy couch. We'll be right back. All right. Get you guys plugged in here so you don't die on me. All right. Any plans to attend the Minnesota two-cylinder field days in early May? Wasn't sure what kind of a turnout to expect. I don't even know where that is. Is it in it's not the one in Little Falls, is it? Beginning of May. Depends on when it is too, because I'm actually going on vacation the second week of May, I think. Roughly. In about a month I'm leaving, so and I need it. Matt wants to know how my cousin's truck turned out. I don't think he's finished with it yet. He's got a bunch of footage that he recorded. I gave him some camera stuff to use, and he's got a bunch of footage recorded, and I got to get over there and help him get his channel started and start making videos for him. So it's I've been pretty involved in a lot of things lately, between my channel and Domino's channel, trying to, he was asking if I could come over and help him a little bit with that. And I haven't even had the chance to do that. But then you got my cousin's channel. Plus I'm working 2 jobs. I'm working on, Connor's Super M. I'm working on the John Deere E engine. I'm working on this Case SC for the tractor club. I'm stretched pretty thin, on top of, first and foremost, my daughter comes first. So that's above everything else. So I don't have much of an update. I know he's got a bunch of stuff done on it, but where did I get the lower bolster bushing for the H? That was from Steiner. Ellen says, good looking wrench rack on the wall. Yeah. Wonder who got me that. Another very generous YouTube viewer. Your generosity, you guys, you never cease to amaze me. I mean, I don't have great tools. I make do with what I got, and I try not to ask anybody for anything, you know. So when you guys send me stuff, it's very humbling, and it blows my mind every time. It's just something that I can't wrap my head around, but I'm very thankful for it. So got a Barrett Jackson auction on, and they just sold a K5 Blazer. Makes me want another. Yeah, they were good trucks. They were good trucks, especially for off roading. Jared is in the house. My coworker Jared. Never thought I'd be watching a live stream about tractors on a Saturday night, but here I am. Well, here you are. Never say never, right? Burr Oak Ridge Homestead says yes. I'm guessing that's in regards to the 2-cylinder field day. Do I anticipate a trip to Buer's Tractor Parts anytime soon? Me personally, probably not, but maybe somebody in the club. I know Mr. Stubb is looking for a torque tube clutch housing for his Farmall Cubs, so he might be going up there at some point, or one of the club members might be going up there. Hop on. Well, according to what I'm finding here, let me see here. Upcoming events. Field Day, Saturday, May 7th at Morrison County Fairgrounds. So here, I'll put the link to it in the. There it is. Brent says, love the video on Facebook of my daughter on the 4-wheeler and tractor. Yeah, I'll tell you what, she could ride that 4-wheeler all day. She loves that thing, and the tractor too. She did lap after lap after lap. So oh man, Hyatt Bewers. It's actually pronounced Beavers, but I've been calling it Bewers for so long, but it's actually pronounced Beavers. But that yard is so massive. There is so much to see there. It's insane. Next time I get up there, I'll definitely do a video tour of their property. But it's incredible. They have so much equipment there. But I want to let this go till 10:30. That'll be almost a 2.5-hour live stream. So hopefully I'm not infringing on Bork's channel. I don't know if he's live right now or not. He did post a video, but I don't see any lives. So yeah, it looks like it premiered an hour ago. So it's 25 after 10 now. So at least where I'm at, it is. Brent says my daughter rode her wheeler nonstop at that age. Yeah, she could go forever on that thing. She just loves being outside, especially, around the old man. Spent a good chunk of a day at one here in Michigan last year with a best friend. Limited myself to just the 3 parts we went for. Yeah, yeah. It's easy to find a lot of good stuff in a salvage yard. It's easy to spend money quick, but all right, 5 minutes and I'm out of here. It's just Fresca. What is Bork's channel name? Rick Bork. Here, I'll give you a link. Here you go. Here's Rick's channel. Go check him out. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and subscribe because you'll probably like what he does. Because a lot of the stuff that he does with Connor and Squatch and myself. I mean, I haven't met Rick in person, but there's going to be a time where it happens. So Matt says he had a Suzuki 125 when the girls were young and they drove the wheels off it. Yeah, she loves that thing, and she's not even big enough to drive it by herself. I got to ride on it with her, but that thing goes. I mean, I bet you it does 30 miles an hour, even with me on it. Yeah, it might be a while before I make a video with Raylan, changing oil, but I get too nervous with her, in there when I'm working, being 3 years old. It only takes a second. You know what I mean? So she's I'm pretty protective of her. So, all right, Paul. Thanks for stopping by, and we're all going to be out of here in 3 minutes, anyways. So, Brent's got to do an H bolster and a D318 Cat engine. Well, I've never worked on anything Caterpillar, but I have done an H bolster, and they're not too bad. So, most of the struggle is devising a plan to pull the bushings into place and get up inside the upper section of the bolster. That can be kind of difficult, but Matt says he's got to watch his 3-year-old grandson like a hawk. Loves wrenching and all the tools. Yeah, I know. It was just in another video I posted like last week. I was out front, and here I found 2 bolts laying in the mulch, and I know for a fact my daughter grabbed them and dropped them out there probably last fall, but before the snow flew. So yeah, she definitely takes after me, and she wants to be involved, but I just get too nervous right now because just as well as anybody that little girls, man, it's it's that protective, and don't get a scratch, don't get a scar, that whole deal. And I could never live with myself if something happened out there. But that's why it's not, I'm not afraid to let her do things, but I'm very conscious of everything when she's out there. So might want to run a magnet around the yard before I first mow. Yeah, I don't think there was any other things that she grabbed, but you never know. You know how quickly it happens. Little kids, they grab something and it's gone. That's it. And you'll never even know until you're 6 months into looking for it. So, plus I would have I'd have to cover a lot of ground with a magnet. I'd need like a 6 foot wide magnet. Because there's no guarantee she dropped it right in front of the garage. She could have had it in her hand and carried it for miles. Let them learn, Kenny. Mine builds F-16 engines now. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I'm not going to hold her back. It's just I'm very cautious of where she is and what she's got in her hands. So, but anyways, 10:31. I'm pretty beat. Long day in the sun chasing around a little one. So we got most of the bolts switched out that I wanted to. There's a few that I found are going to be not so fun to deal with, but I needed to tackle that battery box issue anyways at one point or another. So we'll take care of it when it gets a little bit warmer and I got some more daylight and time and everything else. So we'll get them all switched out. Most of them are done, so that's all that matters. But you guys take care, and thanks everybody for tuning in and hanging out. And it was a little bit of different live stream being out in the garage and wrenching on stuff, so it was kind of a nice change of pace. But I'm going to try and get a tractor talk coming here soon where we, just like every month, sit down and just talk tractors. So it's a new month. It's time to get one out. So you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next one.